Hey, what's up guys? So we're going to be doing a little bit of a different kind of video today. We're going to be talking about the Halo campaign, which we don't normally do. And we're going to be talking about the spookiest missions in Halo since the Halloween's right around the corner and it's the spooky season, and I feel like it's a fitting time to talk about this. So before we jump into what missions I chose, we should probably establish how I chose the missions that I did. And in essence, I'm looking for that spine-tingling horror that keeps us on the edge of our seat. That's what I'm looking for. Before we get into it, I have one favor to ask though. If you guys could drop a sub if you guys would like to see more Halo content like this, drop a like if you guys like the video, and comment what you think is the spookiest missions in Halo for you. We'll start exploring the missions in chronological order, beginning with the original Combat Evolved, and without a doubt, the easiest mission to choose is 343 Guilty Spark. It stands out as one of the spookiest maps in Combat Evolved, and possibly the entire series. Before delving further, it's worth mentioning that I don't intend to use any anniversary footage unless it's for critiquing the dogshit quality that the anniversary edition is. The mission kicks off with Foehammer dropping us into a swamp, which happens to be Captain Key's last known location. Initially, we only encounter light Covenant resistance as we make our way through the swamp, and an interesting tidbit is the yellow dots you see on your radar in the beginning while crossing this down tree, those are actually Flood Marine forms. Also, when you first come up on the bunker, if you were able to peer down the ramp, you'd be able to see floating assault rifles just firing indiscriminately at the Covenant. Upon entering the Forerunner structure and going down the elevator, it becomes evident that the sound design is top-notch. The sound of the Spartans on the metallic floor, the eerie screech of the elevator coming to life. So, editing Smiley here, and I didn't realize I kept talking over and I didn't give you a chance to actually listen to the sound design. So I'm going to replay the clip and you can actually listen. So take 30 seconds and listen to this. They contribute significantly to the atmosphere of this mission. As we progress through the structure, we notice signs of a previous struggle, unusual at this point into the game, and amidst this we come across a lone Marine who is scarred by what he's witnessed. He is the sole survivor of his squad and haunted by the atrocities he's witnessed.
I'll blow your brains out! Get away from me! Ah! Ah! Don't touch me, you freaks! I won't be like you, I'll die first! Find your own hiding place, the monsters are everywhere! Play dead! That's what I did. Play dead. They took the live ones. Oh god, I can still hear them. Monsters! Ah! 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 Just leave me alone! Sarge, Mendoza, Mercedes. God, the things took them. Away, 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 they went away. They're gone! Get it? Gone! They won't get me! Oh god. Oh god, I don't want to be like them, please.
This encounter serves as a chilling foreshadowing of what lies ahead. He was going to die anyways, so I shot him. Going through the maze that is the structure we're in, we eventually stumble upon a locked door. And I'm going to let the cutscene play out, but I'm just going to mention that I used the anniversary footage here because it's just significantly clearer than the original. The original was played on CRTs, and there's a lot of black lines in it that just make it almost impossible to see on modern screens. So, sorry, just gotta use it here.
Stay close, Jenkins. Mendoza, move it up! Wait here for the captain and his squad, then get your ass inside.
Sir!
Okay, let's move!
Which is weird, right? I mean, look at it. Something scrambled the insides.
What's that? Plasma scoring?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was an accident, you know, friendly fire or something?
What do we have, Sergeant? Looks like a Covenant patrol. Badass elite units. All KIA.
Real pretty. Friend of yours?
Nah, we just met.
Right, well, let's get this door open.
I'll try, sir. But it looks like these Covenant worked pretty hard to lock it down.
Just do it, son.
Yes, sir. Got a bad feeling about this.
Boy, you always got a bad feeling about something.
Sarge, can you hear me?
What's going on, soldier?
He's got contact. Lots of them. But they're not Covenant. They're just tearing through us. What's the phone? No!
Corporal, do you copy? Over. Mendoza, get your ass back up to second squad's position and find out what the hell is going on.
But-
I don't have time for your lip, soldier. I gave you an order.
Sarge! Listen!
What is that? Where's it coming from, Mendoza?
I don't... There! Mira! Hold still! Hold still!
Let him have it. Sergeant, we're surrounded. Damn it, Jenkins. Fire your weapon. Don't even think about it.
So, we've discovered the fate of Captain Keyes and his squad, and we also gain insight into how Johnson managed to survive this through a comic, and the comic is actually really good. I really do recommend it. It's only like 5 or 6 pages. It's not very long, and it's just really good art to watch. Not to watch, but to read. With this revelation out of our way, we find ourselves back in the room, surrounded by lifeless bodies. The disturbing part, though, is that the horrors that we saw aren't in the room with us. But suddenly, they start bursting through the doors and flooding into the room. Once you clear the room, you're forced to backtrack through the maze-like structure, and my one criticism for this is that it feels like the level design isn't always clear as to where you're going, and it can be a little difficult to find the way out, but once you do, you're on an elevator ride up. Once we reach the top, we're brought back out to the swamp, and we're greeted by a bunch of Marines, and the Marines are reinvigorated to see us, but the environment remains ominous. The dark is still piercing where you can barely see 5 feet ahead of you, and the threat of the flood lurks in the shadows, and especially on Legendary with the rocket flood. It's really annoying, and you're really prone to die in this encounter. And as we move through the eerie swamp, we find this random structure, and 343 Guilty Spark and some constructs are there. They help us kill all the flood, and then we're promptly teleported to the second most horrifying mission in Halo, but it's not for traditional reasons, it's because it's so terrible. Now, let's move on to the next game, Halo 2. Halo 2 marked a significant leap forward for the series, embracing larger scale action like we've never seen before. However, the lurking presence of the flood ensured that the horror aspects remained an integral part of the game. Several missions just exemplify this eerie atmosphere, such as Gravemind, where High Charity witnesses a horrifying flood outbreak on its sacred grounds, or you have Quarantine Zone, where you're forced to fight the flood outside the library. Yet there's one mission that stands out as particularly unsettling to me: Sacred Icon. The Arbiter finds themselves dropped into the desolate outskirts of the library, embarking on a mission to secure the ring's index. Initially, everything appears to go as normal, no really Forerunner resistance, and you meet up with some allies. Then you find a giant Forerunner construction that you have to kill, and once you kill it, it allows you to move across on an elevator. We're riding across the elevator, and as Tartarus is about to pick us up, another one of those giant Forerunner constructions come out and start shooting at his ship, forcing him to leave, and forcing us to deal with all the flood, all the Forerunner constructs, and that big guy, all in one big fight. This is doing a little bit of a 180 from Combat Evolved, where it had you fight off all the Covenant infected forms first, instead of the Marines later, and it flipped it around this time. Just a little interesting fun fact. With the area cleared, we move forward to another Forerunner piston, and when we activate it, it emits an eerie gaseous sound, and it shifts and clears a path, allowing Arbiter to venture deeper into the bowels of the structure. As we descend further into its depths, we come across more human weaponry scattered amidst the somber remnants. The urgent voices of Sergeant Stacker and a fellow Marine pleading for assistance over the radio pierce through the cacophony of battle, and we press onward, battling against the unrelenting flood forms, the air growing increasingly oppressive as it becomes more and more saturated with flood spores. Side note though, why is the shotgun in Halo 2 a pea shooter with 0 range? Like, you have to be up in their face to actually do any damage at all. It's really annoying. The CE shotgun was the Chad shotgun. Adding to the eerie atmosphere of the mission are the tunnel drops. Listen to the music as we start falling. We drop into a swarm of flood. After clearing the flood, we are brought to another drop, but the feeling of unease shifts from the music to visual. As dense green fog fills the tunnels, we emerge from the confines of the structure, reuniting with our elite squad. And much like Combat Evolved, the mission ends with us joining back up with our allies in an attempt to continue the assault. So with Halo 3, there aren't a lot of missions that I could choose. I could have chose Cortana, considering High Charity full of flood, completely overtaken by it, is spooky. But I think there's one that fits better: Floodgate. With the intro of having a flood-infected Corvette crash nearby, this is the worst nightmare for humanity. An unstoppable force has found your home planet, your last planet, and there's nothing that you can do to stop it. We will start with Master Chief and the Arbiter, working back through where we just came from. And fun fact, the first 3 flood forms you see, if you kill the one in the air, it'll drop the skull for this map. We quickly come across a group of Marines who are tragically and promptly overwhelmed by the flood, and it was at this point I decided that I was going to ensure the safety of any friendly that I could, and I did. I saved this one Marine who is alone in the middle of a flood onslaught. We continue to face the flood onslaught as a united front, but alas, his AI prevents him from continuing on the rest of the journey, leaving his fate uncertain, likely to have been sealed by the Covenant's glassing. And a little bit after this, we find another Marine who is like the other Suicide Marine earlier on in the series, and I let him live because he's probably going to die from the glassing anyways, so why waste the ammo? We continue on, and the shipmaster lets us know that Cortana was on that flood ship that downed. We have elite allies that join us, and I'm determined to make sure that they see the rest of this mission alive. Also, I just want to say that the flood at this point in the series are as creepy as ever, and with the introduction of the brute and the crawler thing, it's just really creepy. Alas, we reach Cortana in the down Covenant ship, but I want to let this cutscene play out to show the peril of humanity. Also, I'm going to leave in the beginning of the next mission a little bit, because the last line just goes so hard.
Cortana.
Reclaimer. I must act quickly before your construct suffers any further trauma.
Leave her alone.
If we do not take this device to a safe location, somewhere I can make repairs.
On Halo, you tried to kill Cortana. You tried to kill me.
Protocol dictated my response. She had the activation index, and you were going to destroy my installation. You did destroy my installation. Now I have only one function, to help you, Reclaimer, as I always should have done.
Will it live, Oracle? Can it be saved?
Uncertain. This storage device has suffered considerable trauma. Its matrices are highly unstable.
Perhaps one of our technicians.
That will not be necessary.
Chief,
Success!
High Charity, the Prophet's holy city is on its way to Earth, with an army of Flood. I can't tell you everything. It's not safe. The Gravemind, it knows I'm in the system.
It's just a message.
Let it play.
But it doesn't know about the portal, where it leads. On the other side, there's a solution, a way to stop the Flood, without firing the remaining Halo rings. Hurry, Chief. The Ark. There isn't much time.
I'm sorry.
No matter, Oracle. We've heard enough. Our fight is through the portal. With the brutes and the bastard truth.
Fine. We'll remain here. Hold out as long as we can.
Did you not hear? Your world is doomed. A Flood army, a Gravemind, has you in its sights. You barely survived a small contamination.
And you, shipmaster, just glassed half a continent. Maybe the Flood isn't all I should be worried about.
One single Flood spore can destroy a species. Were it not for the Arbiter's Council, I would have glassed your entire planet.
Sir, with respect, Cortana has a solution.
Cortana? Did you see her condition? How damaged she is? She could be corrupted for all we know. Her solution could be a Flood trap.
We should go through the portal. Find out for sure.
What we should do, Commander, is understand, clearly, that this is humanity's final stand. Here, at Earth. We go, we risk everything. Every last man, woman, and child. If we stand our ground, we might just have a chance.
No. If your construct is wrong, then the Flood is already won.
I'll find Cortana's solution. And I'll bring it back.
Earth is all we have left. You trust Cortana that much?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Well, this is either the best decision you've ever made or the worst. Hell of it is, Chief. I doubt I'll live long enough to find out which.
Brute ships, staggered line. Shipmaster, They outnumber us, 3 to 1. Then it is an even fight. All cruisers fire at will. Burn their mongrel hides.
That's it. We're at the end of our spine-tingling journey through the darkest corners of the original Halo trilogy, and it's evident that these missions have left indelible impressions of fear, suspense, and eerie intrigue. From the unsettling, nightmarish mysteries of 343 Guilty Spark, to the dark but spooky and filled with ambience sacred icon of Halo 2, to the apocalyptic struggles of Floodgate and Halo 3, we've traversed a spectrum of spine-chilling experiences. Throughout these missions, the relentless onslaught of the Flood and the haunting atmospheres have kept us on edge, reminding us of the potent blend of horror within the Halo universe. As Halloween approaches, may our exploration of these dark and eerie missions serve as a fitting tribute to the spooky season, reminding us of the captivating and chilling tales that await us within the world of gaming. So whether you're preparing to face the horrors of the Flood once more, or simply savoring the thrill of a well-crafted narrative, may your gaming experiences be filled with a spine-tingling excitement and unforgettable memories. Happy Halloween, and may your adventures captivate and terrify you all the same. I just have one more favor to ask, guys. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like. And if you guys enjoyed this content, drop a sub if you want to see more like it. And if you guys could comment and tell me what you guys think the scariest missions in Halo were, let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys have a nice day. Stay safe. Peace.